Hello, and welcome to Tales from Nerd. I'm your host, a random nerd slash Kevin. Busy week. I didn't get to upload TCG Saturday because I helped a friend move out and I'm all sore. And as I was going to record this podcast, but I didn't until late tonight. So there I am. It's a. It's not gonna be a heavy week. Next week, I looked ahead just right now. Oh my god! Next week is going to be a lot of books. But this week is about 16, 17 books, so I think it's 16, but it might be 17. I don't know. I'll know in a bit. Well, I did. I just forgot the count, but yes. Welcome back, and I want to ask this every time. How are you feeling today? And also, what have you been reading? I want to know. I've been really getting into indies. I just got almost my whole collection of single issues Once in Future. I'm just waiting for issue 1, then I can start the book. Just excited for that. But the first book we're gonna go with is Amazing Spider-Man number 49, written by Nick Spencer, Kurt Busiek, Saladin Ahmed, and Trad Moore. The pencilers are Trad Moore, Aaron Cooder, Ryan Otley, Mark Bagley, Chris Blanco, Umberto Ramos, and the colorist is David Curiel, Sabine Rich, and that's basically the main drawers and like painters. So yes, um, the price is $9.99 because it is the big issue 850, aka issue 49. Even though they should have saved it for the issue 50. Well, no, because Dan Slott wrote issue 801 before because issue 1 of Nick Spencer's Spider-Man was 802, so I kind of understand why it's the big 850, not issue 50. I don't think issue 50 should be more. Yeah, it is more. Okay, but yes. And the price is $9.99, and this is a description of the book. Amazing Spider-Man reaches 850, and we're celebrating Spider style. As if things weren't bad enough for Spider-Man, with Sin Eater's reign of terror reaching right level, the Green Goblin is back. Spidey has been through a lot, but even the worst of things that have ever happened to Spider-Man have just been a prelude for what happens here, with an epic main story by a veritable Hall of Fame of Spider creators. As if that wasn't enough, this issue also boasts its collection of prestige short stories by Trad Moore, Kurt Busiek, Chris Blanco, and Saladin Ahmed. Yes, is this a good jumping off point? No, because it's kind of ending an arc, and I do believe issue 50, I looked ahead, is a new arc, so I would go after issue 50, not this one. It's a lot of book, might not be worth the whole money. I mean, $10 is a lot. If they maybe had it for like 8, 7.99, or 6.99, I'll maybe recommend it. But $10, oh, that's a lot of money, especially with everything going on. Marvel should really just price things a little bit better, but that I digress. But no, I would suggest issue 50 is your jumping on point. Next up, it is a Black Label book, so it is not for younger people, but it is a book that's been on my radar for a while. American Vampire 1976, number 1, written by Scott Snyder, art by Raphael Albuquerque, and colors by David McCaig. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Part 1, Don't Look Behind You. America is broken. Trust between the government and the American public has crumbled. Paranoia reigns supreme. It's 1976, and this is the concluding chapter of the Eisner-winning award American Vampire. Skinner Sweet has exhausted all efforts to regain his lost immortality. With his powers and purpose gone, he is now determined to go out with a bang. At a seedy motorcycle rally in the desert, where he's closer than ever to his death wish, Pearl Jones and a shocking partner tracks him down for one last desperate mission. The force known as the Grey Trader and its minions are tunneling through the bowels of the world to unleash hell on Earth, just in time for America's bicentennial. With a catastrophe looming, it's up to Skinner and Pearl to reconcile and change the course of history, or die trying. The series that launched the career of Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque returns for 9 final issues and the closing chapters of the legacy of American Vampire. Yes, so this October 6th. I don't think I said the date for the comic books. Sorry, October 6th. A little bit late in the podcast. Never scripted, as you can tell. But yes, American Vampire, I know Scott Snyder's in it. This is a book that brought his career, and he's concluding it, apparently. So I'm very excited for this book. This will be my first American Vampire book, so I'm really looking forward to this. Also recommend it. It's a new #1, of course. For the character, I know nothing. It is with DC, of course, but I'm just excited to just read this book because I know Scott's been talking about this book recently. I've been listening to some podcasts with him and other podcasts with other comic book commentators. But yeah, I'm really excited for this book. I do recommend it. Next up, Batman #100. Written by James Tynion IV, art by Danny Miki, Carlo Pagulayan, Gilliam March, and Jorge Jimenez. Colors by Toma Moray, and that's it. Okay, the price is $6.99, and this is the description of the book. The Joker War Finale. The Joker War comes to a city-shattering conclusion as Batman battles the Joker in a brutal, no-holds-barred duel. This is a fight 80 years 80 years in the making, and the outcome won't just change Batman's life, it will change Gotham City for years to come. Plus, catch the first glimpse of the new villain known as Ghostmaker. And after the senses-shattering conclusion of the Joker War, come a pair of short stories that will chart what's to come in Gotham City and Batman. Don't miss this first showdown between Batman and Clown Hunter. So yes, basically what James Tynion IV has been building since issue 86, and I tapped the freaking mic. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, Joker War. I mean, holy crap, Joker has done damage to Batman. Not just mentally and physically, just everything, emotionally. Literally, he's broken down Batman every step of the way, and Batman has been overcoming this. Of course, Batman's gonna win. But the thing we didn't see was from what, issue 94, 95? The Joker stole all his money, so no more toys for him. So yeah, and also we got the return of Nightwing. We got the whole Bat family except Damian. But yeah, it's been pretty cool, and I'm really excited for this conclusion. After this, 801, I mean 101 is the new story arc. So if you haven't been reading this, I cannot suggest this to you, but I do recommend you pick it up as a trade because it is a fun Joker Batman tale that I don't think we've seen in the last few years. That's all I'll say. Next up, Batman the Animated Adventures Continue, #5. Written by Paul Dini and Alan Burnett. The art is by Ty Templeton, and the price is $3.99. And this is the description of the book. Batman is scrambling as he learns the true identity of the man who's been stalking him and the rest of the Bat family. As Batman and Alfred reel from the revelation, Tim Demands enters. Batman's greatest shame is finally revealed. Yes, Batman the Adventures Continue is basically a kind of a sequel to the Batman animated series. So it's set in that universe. It's introducing Red Hood, Deathstroke, Azrael, and apparently the Batman Who Laughs. So far that I'm learning about this book did come out digitally. It's, I believe, on issue 13 right now, so it's about 8 issues ahead. Luckily, I've watched some YouTubers who already reviewed the book, but I still read it because I like to read it for my own going. But so far, the Batman Who Laughs has not shown. They made a toy of it because it came in a pair of 4. So I mean, Red Hood's in it. You see him on the cover. So I'm just excited because I read when I read this book, I read it in what's his name? I know his name. The famous, legendary Batman voice. I said it before in my podcast. Oh, this is gonna irk me. This is gonna irk me. I know the answer. Do I suggest this? I would wait for this to end or like until the first trade, because if you try to look for issue one, it is pretty hard to find. Trust me, I had an eBay hunt for this, because the first issue I got was damaged, and as a comic collector, I like to have my books kind of brand newish. If it's a book I can't find, of course I'll read it. But at the time, I'm like I can find it, and it's sold out mostly everywhere I know. But for the most part, it's a fun story. The I'm gonna lower the brightness of my laptop. But yeah, you can't go wrong with a simple story. Simple fun story though. But yes. Next book, Champions Number One, written by Eve L. Ewing and art by Simone de Meo, and colors by Federico Blee. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Outlawed, Part 1 of 5. The champions return in troubled times. A law is passed that goes against everything Miss Marvel, Nova, Spider-Man founded the champions for. The world still needs heroes, even if the world doesn't want them right now. After after Miss Marvel makes an unexpected and emotional announcement that her team won't go down without a fight, a group of teen vigilantes gather to plan their next move. But the Cradle Task Force is hot on their trail, and there's a spy in their midst. Eve Ewing from Ironheart, Outlawed, and Simone de Mayo from Immortal Hulk, The Best Defense, team up for a dramatic new era of champions that will define Marvel's teen heroes for years to come. Um, yes, Champions. I like the book. I've read. This is probably the fourth time. No, this is the third time. The book is coming back. It was back. Oh my god, I still have the first issue. I know. I forgot who was writing. I know Mark Wade wrote some of it, and Jim Zub. I love what Jim Zub did for his 10 issues, and now L. Ewing is doing this. I will say this: Eve Ewing is not related to Al Ewing. I thought that too, but no, it's just they're two similar names apparently in Marvel. But yes, I do suggest it because Champions is you're dealing with Kamala Khan, who's trying to be a leader, and she doesn't want to take the leadership position all the time, but she's kind of forced to. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I do recommend this. Next up, DC's Dead Planet number 4, written by Tom Taylor and art by Gigi Baldassani and Trevor Hare. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Time is running out for the Justice League to unlock the anti-life cure as they face a deadly new threat on Earth. In addition, the billions of the undead. Their final desperate attempt at finding the cure will take them off planet for the greatest heist in history of New Genesis. So, we're in the middle of the story arc. So, right now, from reading what Tom Taylor wrote from DC's last time and reading the 3 issue miniseries on Killables, I know this issue is going to bring down some crap that's going to affect the last 5, 6, 7, 4 issues. Because it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, 7. It's only 7 issues if I remember. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, um, so yeah, we're in the middle story arc. So if you want to jump on now. If not, what you need to know is basically the DC universe is just infected with zombies that have the anti-life equation. It's not your normal zombies. Batman's gone, Superman's gone. Most of the heroes are gone, and they've been replaced. It's been 5 years after the events of Deceased, and the heroes are replaced with, with the heirs. You got Damian as Batman, you got Superboy as Superman, John Kent, and you got the new Wonder Woman, which I Cassie Sandmark, and they're the new Justice League of the New Earth 2. Earth 2 is basically kind of a nod to Tom Taylor's Earth 2 book that he wrote a couple years ago. But yeah, basically all the heroes moved to a new Earth, the ones that survived the attack in the first place. So if you want to jump on now, jump on now. If not, I would wait for the trade, but then dis- discussions. I will say that discussions. Next up, Deadpool #7, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Gerardo Sandoval. The price is $3.99, and this is a script from the book. It's a love story. Deadpool just say yes. Elsa Bloodstone is dying, and the only one who can save her is Deadpool. What's wrong with the mystical, magical Bloodstone gem, and what can Deadpool possibly do about it? The answers will shock you. The implications will astound you. The jokes, well, we won't make any promises about the jokes. Um, Deadpool. I feel like Kelly Thompson's trying to find her place with Deadpool. The first two issues are kind of like, eh, and then after around issue 3, 4, I'm like, okay, it's getting better. And then Deadpool went to Krakoa. I'm like, oh, this is fun. It's making fun of Krakoa, what they're doing with the XMen. I like that. But yeah, I'll pick it up. I mean, when was the last time we got Deadpool? Feels like it's been a while. August. No wonder. No wonder I. But yeah, Deadpool. He's a king at Monster Island. That's all I'll say. So I do recommend this book. Next up, Justice League #54, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Zermanico, and colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Doom Metal Part 2. It's the Titans reunion you've been clamoring for when Starfire and Cyborg join Nightwing in this twisted Justice League. The team is hell-bent for Brimstone Bay to free the Legion of Doom. But what horrors and desires will the Valley of Sorrows reveal to them? And who or what is the villain named Mindhunter? So that's a pretty cool description. This is a Joshua Williamson book, and it is a tie to death metal, of course. Um, so we get Cyborg and we get Starfire. So we get some of the Titans back. It's not a full Titans reunion, because we're still missing. Who are missing? Wally and Aqualad and Donna Troy. Where is Donna Troy though? Because I know she was shown there. I don't remember because I read too many books. I'm like, where is who? Who is where? But yes, this is dealing with some of the heroes that are stuck on Earth. They're trying to find the villains. After the end of Scott Snyder's run of Justice League, you know the Legion of Doom are just stuck. Making power for Perpetua. So yeah, that became a thing. But yeah, I do recommend it. If you can find part 1. But you also need to read Scott Snyder's run on Justice League and Death Metal and some of the other times. It's a lot, but if not, just read Death Metal. I think you'll be better if you be reading Death Metal. But next up, um, I'm gonna organize some of these because I do make these in order of. Well, it'll be difficult, but I'll explain a little bit later. Marauders #13, written by Vida Ayala, artist by Matteo Loli, and colors by Edgar Delgado. And the main story head is Jonathan Hickman. Now, I will say this: this is we're dealing with Exosource right now, so I'm going through A through B right now. This will be like Some of these are out of chapters. Apologies, but you'll know why in a bit. Exosource chapter. The price is $4.99, and this is Scription's book. Exosource chapter 5. A secret flight, a long journey, a thief and a queen. Continued from X-Force #13 and continued in Aliens #5. Yeah. So this is chapter 5 of a 22 chapter story that Jonathan Hickman, Tini Howard, and Pepe Larraz are doing, I believe. Well, I know mostly Jonathan Hickman. But yeah, it's cool. I read X Factor #4 today. Finally read that. I liked it. Bit clunky, but it got its point. This is chapter 5. The chapter 3 and 4 are here. They're just because I'm going through A through B. Yeah, that's the thing. But yes, do I recommend this? Ooh, it's an event, so I would wait for the trade. If you get the money to spend, go along, find the issues, talk to a comic shop. Oh well, little PSA. If you want to find your own comic shop, link in the description. I put a comic shop locator website in the description that lets you find out where your local comic book shop is, and also the website I use to read all the descriptions for the books that are coming out every week. So, a little tidbit right there. Next up, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 19, written by Saladin Ahmed and penciler by Cameron Carnero, and colors by David Curiel. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Even if Miles lives, he dies. No one knows the full consequences when worlds collide. Are there aftershocks, echoes, doubles? Miles is already battling a man who shared his name. What does it mean when he finds someone with his face in his family living room? Was this clone made or born? And which Miles will survive this saga? Now, I like this where this is going. This is a new story arc as well. Well, it's not an old story. It's not a new one, but it's just there was a pause. Now it's continuing on. So it's just Miles dealing with after the events of Secret Wars and Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. I will say that basically, if you read Spider-Man 2 and if you had questions, this book answers the questions. I will say that I do recommend you pick it up. Next up, Thor number 8, written by Donny Cates and art by Aaron Cooter and colors by Matt Wilson. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Hammerfall, Part 2 of 2. You get a Monier, and you get a Monier, and everyone gets a hammer. That's right. Come on down to Broxton, Oklahoma, and pick up Monier for yourself. The hammer, the famed hammer of the Thunder God is free for the taking. No worthiness required? Yes, so this issue of Thor basically is saying that right now Thor has been dealing with consequences of the last story arc with Galactus, and he became the New Herald, and after that, and he's not feeling worthy right now, and now he's trying to set up like the future of his kingdom, which is Asgard. So Thor is dealing with like his midlife crisis right now. He doesn't know what to do yet because he's never been king, even though he's been shown his future as king. But with Marvel's floating timeline, you never know. It is a part 2 of the story arc, so this is ending issue 9. We'll pick up a new story arc, so I do recommend you pick up issue 9. If not, if you can find issue 7 and 8, perfect. If not, issue 9 is your jumping on point. Next up. Transformers slash Back to the Future number 1, written by Cavan Scott, an artist by Juan Samu, and colors by David Garcia Cruz. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Great Scott! Marty McFly just returned from the adventures of a lifetime to a new Better Hill Valley. Everything's looking up for him. That is until Marty and his friend Doc Brown's time machine attracts the attention of the Decepticons. With one small mistake, Marty finds himself once again thrust into adventure to stop the Decepticon plot in the past, present, and future, all with the help of a new time machine, the Autobot Gigawatt! Yes. So, when I heard this book was coming out, I'm like, yes. Back to the Future with robots crossing over? Come on. That doesn't sound like that's like a good book. Also, considering that Transformers and slash Terminator just ended versus Terminator just ended, so I'm really excited for this. Yes. I do recommend you pick this up because it is I'm interested in this book. You can tell in my face I'm very giddy. I'm very happy for this book that's happening. I do recommend it. Next up, next book is We Only Find Them When They're Dead #2, written by Al Ewing, art by Simone de Meo. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Captain Malik and the crew of Han 2 escape from the tyrannical government and start a course straight to the first living god they can find. But the only thing more dangerous than what lies ahead of them is who follows behind them. Yes. Basically, Boom Studios has been like destroying the indie market, in my opinion, and I'm, I'm a little bit tired. Yes, I do recommend this. Pick it up. It is really good. It feels like you're watching an anime. You feel like you're watching a cartoon. You feel like you're reading the book and you know what's like you get absorbed in the world, and it's cool. I like it. The art is phenomenal. Um, when I looked at it in the very beginning, I'm like, I might not get this, and then when I had a chance, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna pick this up, and it's good. I do recommend it, and I believe We Only Find Them When They're Dead is on like its second or third printing, which is holy crap amazing. And congrats to Al Ewing. Again, Al Ewing is the guy who wrote Immortal Hulk. He wrote Empire right now, so he is on a hot streak on hot books. Man, I do recommend his stuff. I do recommend it. So find issue 1 and find issue 2 when you're at your comic book shop. Three more books and then that's it. Wolverine #6, written by Benjamin Percy, art by Victor Bogdanovic, and colors by Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson is just coloring everywhere. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Exosource, Chapter 3, Descent, Penance, a Legendary Power Reclaimed. Continued from X Factor #4, continued in X-Force #13. So yes, Exosource right now is happening, so everyone's gonna get a sword in this event. I think that's my thing. I think around maybe part 15, that's when they're gonna kick, like, okay, you get a sword, we're gonna go to war, because holy crap, after the first two parts, um, yeah, yeah. And next up, X-Force #13, written by Benjamin Percy, and art by Victor Bogdanovic, and Matt Wilson is in colorist. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Exosource, Chapter 4, Stealth, The Power Within, The Burden of Knowledge. Continued from Wolverine #6, and continued in Mirage #13, which I just did the description for Chapter 5. So, yes, a lot of X-Men books are coming out this week, because I believe this was supposed to come out much, much earlier, but, with the whole pandemic, it kind of, like, we need to squeeze in, because we got King and Black coming in pretty soon as well. So, yeah, more events. I'm always excited for X-Men right now. I just literally, little side tangent, I literally just bought all of Excalibur to prepare all of the Marauders and all of X-Force right now. And I'm gonna get the other books as well. Hellions and X Factor and Fallen Angels I'm also gonna get, because I really want to read Fallen Angels now. Apparently, even though that those only lasted 6 issues, which, you know what, I'll pick it up because it's still there and I could still get the digital code. So yeah, next up, and the final book of the week, which is Young Justice #19, written by Brian Michael Bendis, written by David F. Walker, art by Scott is it Godolsky. I think that's what it is. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Wonder Girl calls a young Justice together to help her with a family problem. Seems that the pantheon of Greek gods is having a hard time with some of Cassie's choices. She's taken a stand to change the rules, as old as the heavens, and she is going to need her team by her side to do it. And yeah, I will say this: the book is ending issue 20. I will say this: Young Justice was a good experiment. Not all that worked, in my opinion. You could read it if you like Wonder Girl, but if not, you don't need to pick this up. I'm picking it up because I like some of the characters. I like Tim Drake. I like Bart Allen. I would love to have Jaime Reyes here, but he wasn't included in the book. Like, come on, he's not even doing anything. He could have been included in the book. But yes, you don't need to pick this up. That's all my books for this week. And if you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter, everything, my handles are in the descriptions or links. And also you can find me at a random nerd 2016 because that's all my Instagram and Twitter handles. But yes, I'm excited for basically all the X-Men books for Marvel. And for DC, it's probably DC's than Batman 100. I mean, come on, and for your indie stuff, of course, I only added 2 indie books, which is Transformers and Back to the Future, and we only find them when they're dead because holy crap, those 2 books are well, we only find them when they're dead is amazing. But yes, that's all the books coming out this week. Let me know in the description down below, and also have a wonderful time and take care, everyone, and peace.